it's beyond important that you understand and get it through your head that free speech is coming to an end, and that the people who are entrusted with protecting it, our side, are clueless. There's nobody out there. There's nobody. Because one of the things I don't understand, maybe you can explain this to me, was, would you please tell me why it is the goal of, I guess, everybody on the right, and I'm going to use these terms just because I don't know what the hell to call them, to remind you of what somebody said on MSNBC or CNN. I don't understand this. Where is the leadership of the right? Where is it? It's this petty nonsense of, well, did you hear what someone said? Well, so-and-so, who was a commentator on CNN, said that it's the responsibility of Elon Musk to shutter free speech. Excuse me, why are you doing this? Why are you telling people and highlighting what your enemy is saying, theoretically? Why don't you just tell the world what has to be done? Because this is part of the trolling world that we live in. This is a part of the world. And I went into much greater detail on my private channel at lionelmedia.com, where I can really, really speak in not the YouTube politeness, because this is, as you know, you've got to watch what you have to say, and for various reasons. But would you please explain to me, and also tell me what is being done? Just tell me what is being done to help educate regarding causation and cause. Let me ask you this, listening right now. What, and I'm going to go through this again, and I know this is redundant because it has to be. And I'm not going to stop and turn to have somebody on to explain to you something. I'm going to tell you this. I don't need to have on a guest to tell you the truth. I don't need a guest. I don't know why they do this, to explain stochastic, not stochastic, correlations and idiopathic reasons for various things. But anyway, in any event, I don't want to get too much into extraneous detail. Let me start off with a couple of observations. Number one, when is speech limited? When is speech hate speech? What do you do with hate speech? When is speech responsible for causing something? And let me go one step further. Let's assume something causes something. What are we supposed to do? If you write a song that says storm the Bastille, and they storm the Bastille, somebody says, okay, are you supposed to have your song pulled from the airwaves because somebody either took it the right way or the wrong way? Let me ask you this question again. Let me say it again. Let's say your song says it's revolution. It's John Lennon, the Beatles. Hey, you want a revolution? Okay. And somebody on January 6th, they go on trial. They say, well, why did you do this? Was it because of Trump? No, it's because of the Beatles. The Beatles sang Revolution. Sly and the Family Stones album, there's a riot going on. That's why I did it. So what do? Pull Sly and the Family Stone? Get rid of the Beatles? If somebody says, yes, I did this, I committed sedition or insurrection or whatever it was because of a song, because of a tweet, what are you supposed to do? Shut the tweet down, or do you say, that's not a good enough reason? What? That's not a good enough reason. It's not even a reason. You don't do that. Yeah, but you don't understand. I did this. No, you don't understand. You can't do that. You don't attack. No. No, but you understand, this was hate speech. I don't give a damn what it was. You don't do that. We don't do that. Do you understand me? We're going to be talking about this. This is critical. We're still doing it. We're still discussing this. And we need to go out into the community. We need to have town halls. We need to go into the schools and the highway, then the byway, the great Buddy Colt would say. And we've got to teach people how to deal with this. This is something which I cannot explain any other way than what we're talking about right now. Let me see. This was the case, which is the most important part. We'll talk about Brandenburg. We're going to go through the rudiments of this. But first, a couple of things which are very, very critical. Number one, January 14th, I hope you're making your plans and your travel plans to come to New York City and to join me at the Cutting Room right here, January 14th, 7 p.m., doors open at 6, for a night you've never seen before. Think about what we're going to talk about. Think about this. To meet other people. To meet. In fact, that's one of the best parts about it, is of course me. But to meet like-minded people who say, yes, I agree, 100%. And there are more of us than you can imagine. We exist. So the tickets are available. You can go to my website. You can do whatever you want to do. Go to Twitter. It's pinned. Lionel Media. At Lionel Media. In any event. I say to you the following. Tickets are available. Number 2. I don't know how anybody is going to break this to you because nobody even wants to discuss it for reasons I shan't ever know. But I will tell you nonetheless. It goes something like this. Maybe you can explain this to me, or I'll explain it to you in the meantime. There is going to be a food emergency in this country and in the world. In fact, some will tell you it is occurring right now. Whenever there is any kind of interruption in the food chain, whether it's supply chain, whether it's because of ESG limitations, because of some nitrogen requirement or prohibition on the part of food because of the World Economic Forum, I don't know. Whatever the reason, if there's a hiccup, if there's a glitch, if it stops for whatever reason, everything ceases as we know it. Period. That fast. Okay? That fast. It all comes to a screeching halt. And that's why you've got to prepare now for this. Prepare for this so you don't have to worry about this. And right now, My Patriot Supply, the best, has a 3-month emergency food supply kit right now with their best value since 2019. Listen to what I'm saying. Save $250. This is a 3-month emergency supply kit per person. Now, the times we live in right now are scary. Government policies are here and abroad, and the Great Reset is happening. And I'm telling you, you and others are aware of this. That's the beautiful part about you being sentient and aware of this. So that's why you got to go to preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. The recommended minimum for long-term emergencies is a 3 months worth of food for each person in your care. And it is time to prepare now. These Ready Hour 3-month emergency food kits from My Patriot Supply provide an ideal amount of food designed to give your body over 2,000 calories a day. Calories equal energy equals survival. That's it. Preparewithlionel.com. Go there and see for yourself. And I'm telling you, as far as a Christmas gift, there's nothing like this. Preparewithlionel.com. Now, we have more people right now, and I don't understand this, and I don't want to keep talking about television shows. I can't watch them. I can't, something, I don't understand. I don't know what I'm expecting. I really don't know. I guess maybe. I always look for these shows. I think to myself, okay, we need First Amendment purists to come out of the woodwork. Some of them are left, some of them are right, some of them whatever. But I want you to join with me and to tell everyone we don't impede and limit speech. This is not something that we kid around about. There is always something that somebody is saying that is awful. There is always something that somebody has said that is terrible. That's what the First Amendment, and by the way, it's not just the First Amendment, it's the spirit of the First Amendment. And this is getting worse and worse and worse. But this is what I don't understand. For the love of God, why are news organizations with the biggest, largest audience relative to others, why are they spending so much time highlighting the lunacy of other people and what they say? Why is this happening? Why does this occur? Why? Explain this to me. Explain this to me. Please, explain this to me. Why are you doing this? If I worked for MSNBC, CNN, or whoever's out there, I would say, I'm going to program accordingly. You have someone who comes on. Have them say this, because our competitor, Fox, and really others as well, will spend time highlighting what we're doing. They will promote what we're doing. They will do this. Fox will do this. They will say what we're doing. Get the one on that drives this guy crazy, put her on, and I want you to say this. I want you to say boom, 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 and they will say it. It's like drafting, when you're a racer, you get behind somebody else and you let their current. Why are they doing this? I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I don't get this. I don't get this. Why? Why does this happen? For reasons perhaps that I guess doesn't make any sense. Let me go back to a couple of things here. There was a case, Brandenburg. Remember this. Let us, if we can, start off so that we do this. And by the way, we don't need simpletons on our show. Let me just explain this to you. Speech, this is a Supreme Court in 1969, Brandenburg against Ohio. And there was this fellow named Brandenburg, and he was terrible. He oh my God, he just talked about these terrible racist, horrible things. And the court came up with a two-pronged test. They said speech can be prohibited. We can stop it if, one, it is directed at inciting or producing imminent lawless action now, and it is likely to do it. So it is designed to induce imminent lawless action, and it is likely to do so. That is it. Now you tell me if there has been anybody, anywhere, whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's BLM, Antifa, anybody who has said something that was advocating imminent lawlessness, and what they said was likely to accomplish that. Tell me where that is. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's terrible. It's awful. It's crude. It's rude. It's all on the left, on the right. It doesn't exist. Period. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's number one. Number two, there are very few occasions where terrible people do terrible things who have had no particular reason or no particular political inclination that's a part of their behavior. Meaning, invariably, when somebody is a serial killer, somebody's an arsonist, somebody shoots somebody up, they are somebody who either a Democrat or Republican, or maybe they're liberal or conservative, or maybe they're Catholic, or maybe they're an atheist, or maybe they're a Jew, or maybe they are something. They're a male, they're from the South, they read, they don't read, they're a dropout, they're an alcoholic, they do drugs. There's always something you can say about them. Normally a male, normally white, you can go through this. And invariably, they will say something. They will exhibit something. They will believe in something. They will have an American flag in front of their house or not. Or maybe in the case of Nancy Pelosi's hammer, the Paul Pelosi hammer dude, which we never hear anything about ever again, nor will you. Let me say this again. It'll just go away. And you know, is it critical? Not really. But it's going away. But he was a BLM whatever, and a vegan, and a this, I don't know, whatever the hell he was. I have no idea. Oh, SBF is a vegan. Maybe veganism promotes. I don't know. But the point is, you will always be able to find somebody who does this. Always. So the question is, did that cause it? And if it does cause it, so what? What are you going to do? Stop a belief because it causes something? Right now, in the United States, guess how many people there are? Population of U.S., as we speak, population of the U.S., of U.S. as we speak, population of the U.S. is 332 million. 332 million people now in our country. 332 million people. Do you know how many guns there are? At least 1+ per person. If guns cause violence, do you think there should be perhaps a violence rate that is commensurate? No, there isn't. But do you think so? If this causes this, let me ask you this question. Does cigarette smoking cause cancer? I have friends of mine. I was talking this morning to one of my oldest friends, and we're always talking about causation. And another friend of mine who happens to be in the medical school, he's a professor. I said, does this cause this? Does it cause this? Does cigarette smoking cause this? If you smoke cigarettes, will you get cancer? Not necessarily. So it doesn't cause cancer? Now wait a minute. It can cause cancer? Does it or does it not cause it? Well, it may. Does it or does it not cause cancer? It can cause. So it causes cancer every now and then? Does it cause COPD? Does it cause emphysema? Does it cause heart attacks? Does it cause it? It can. Does everybody who smoke get a heart attack? No. Does everybody who smoke get cancer? No. So what is it? I don't know. It does, it doesn't. The word causation. Correlation, absolutely. Is it linked to? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It is linked. Yes. Linked. What does linked mean? How linked? How does that mean? How linked do you mean? Well, I don't know how linked it is. Let's assume that we have this substance. This is my hand sanitizer I bought like 70 years ago, right? This is my belief. This I'm going to use to cure cancer. And I have 100 people in my sample. 100. And I gave those 100 people this. And of that 100 people, 5 people were cured. 5 people were cured of cancer when I applied this stuff here. Now, can I go on the market and say this cures cancer? Well, does it? It did in 5 cases. Yeah, but that's not enough. What do you mean that's not enough? Well, that's not enough. Okay, what if it's 10 people? 10% of the sample. You got 100 people. 10% were cured by this. Is that enough? How about 50? 50% were cured. Now we're talking. So what's the number? What is the statistical range? P is less than? Is this like a t-test? Is this a significant difference? What about a control? How do we know? Does this cause the remission of cancer? Does this cause? This is like the opposite. What causes cancer? Does this remove cancer? Does it kill? I don't know. Before you say something, what causes this? We have been talking about this my whole life. Who here remembers? Who remembers when Ozzy Osbourne had somebody who one time, I believe, committed suicide, and they were listening to an Ozzy Osbourne record? Or they came in and it was going around and this on the turntable. And did Ozzy Osbourne cause this? Did Ozzy Osbourne's music, sympathy, remember, it was source of the devil if you play the music backwards? I remember one time we were in a radio station and we played so many music backward. We had like Guy Lombardo and, Begin to Begin. Well, these are instrumentals, but, Norma Zimmer from Lawrence Welk. What causes this? What causes this? Alice Cooper. Beheadings. Hanging. We'd go, I think it was, Tampa Stadium years ago? Was that it? I don't know where it was. And he's hanging himself. He's mimicking hanging, suicide. Alice Cooper. If somebody runs home and says, I saw Alice Cooper. Did Alice Cooper cause this? Should we ban Alice Cooper? Should we go back after the fact and remove every remnant, every stitch, every scintilla, every ort, every atomic piece of residue of Alice Cooper because somebody did this? Somebody saw this? Come on. Remember Anarchist Cookbook. This, how do you make bombs? Remember Paladin Press, George Hayduke. They would print old army manuals on demolition, how to kill, remember this? Do you remember this? And they wanted to stop. You can't do this. We cannot do this if you do this. We have been looking for cause and effect forever. Does the Bible cause goodness? Does the church cause goodness? Answer that one. One of my dear friends, an evangelical minister or in the ministry for forever. Does the Bible well, I don't know if it causes, excuse me. Does the word of the Lord cause goodness? Does it cause this? Does reference to the devil, did the movie The Exorcist, remember The Exorcist? Great movie. Did it cause anything? I don't know. What does this cause? You mean to tell me going to a church doesn't cause anything? It doesn't. It could direct you. It could direct you, but only if you're interested in doing so. Only if you're interested in perhaps pursuing this. then it could have an effect. Oh, so you ultimately have to say yes. So if that's true, then why is it that Elon Musk has to not allow Alex Jones or President Trump or libs of TikTok or whoever it is? What is it that did Donald Trump cause January 6th? Did he not cause it? Did he encourage it? Did he precipitate in it? Did he encourage, incite? Let's go back to the Brandenburg test. Did he say anything that was likely to cause, that promoted imminent lawlessness? Number one. And number two, is it likely to do so? You tell me. We're talking about this. So wait a minute. So should Trump not be able to? And by the way, the reason why he can't go on Twitter is because he's got Truth Social, and there are some problems with him trying to sell that. He owns that, and he's got some serious what's that thing called? Not SCAP. He has some concerns with people who are saying, "Wait a minute, hold it. You want us to invest in this, and now you're going on Twitter? Wait, what? So anyway, that's another story. We have to talk about this. You have to have on every television show people, honest to God, experts, lawyers, and say, what is it that you want me to stop? Do you know what during the 60s, these people today who all of a sudden are advocates of crushing speech, the Lawrence tribes and others during the 60s, they would have been absolutely in favor of some of the most militant and excitatory type of speech, bar none. Get out in the street and revolution and take the man. And do you remember what Eldridge Cleaver and Huey Newton and others were saying, and Bill Ayers and SDS, and oh my God, this was about go out and cause revolution. Where is it? You think that Donald Trump saying something today is so invidious, so that and here's the best part, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, hate speech means nothing that you can stop. Let's stop hate speech, you and me, the same way we stopped smoking. You know why people dropped smoking? Do you know why they did it? Not because of the government, because people said, this is stupid. We did it. We said, no. This is just dumb. And a lot of people did it. Some people do, not everybody, but people did. The government didn't ban that. We did this. I think hate speech is horrible. I think racist, homophobic, transphobic. I think it's ridiculous. I don't hate anyone. No one. I don't know what the word hate means. Behaviors I dislike. Let's all hold hands in a chain of humanity from sea to shining sea, singing, we are the world and kumbaya, and I'd like to teach the world to sing, and let's stop this. No one likes hate speech. But you can't ban it because you can't even define it. You either have the First Amendment or you don't. And the First Amendment was never intended to put in stuff that everybody thought was sweet and swell and great and groovy and that sort of thing. And what we have to do, let me also explain something to you. There are terrible things being produced and being promoted that hurts children. Do we ban them by the government? No. You ban, in essence, by alerting people. This is what's going on. Everybody wants to do this truncheon, this club, this absolute disastrous We want to just shut you down and shut you up. And we have come along with this word called hate. Hate is awful. Hate is terrible. Hate is protected speech. Hate is. The moment that speech goes one step further and involves not speech, but physical pain, physical suffering, it's a different story. That's it. End of discussion. Every conservative or right or left, for that matter, show should remind people the origins of the First Amendment, the origins of free speech, and how from the Alien and Sedition Act all the way through you name it, there have been people who thought for the betterment, McCarthy and others, for the betterment of society, let's limit speech and peace and crush those individuals who dare to express something which is contrary to what the majority believes. We are not a democracy. We are a republic. Get that through your head. We are a republic. That's how we do things. All right? Okay. Now, very important. Listen to me very, very carefully. Christmas is around the corner. And in addition to all of your wonderful things that you will purchase for your loved ones, you had best go to mypillow.com, promo code Lionel, and avail yourself of the deals that are absolutely mind-boggling. The biggest bedsheet sale ever. We're talking as low as $29.98. It's insanity. Percale sheet sets as low as $49.98. The overstock sale up to 90% off. Go there right now. My slippers, my children's Bible story pillows. How about Bible story throw blankets? How about 6-piece My Pillow towel sets, sandals, pillows, mattresses, towel sale of the year? I can go on and on. MyPillow.com. Do it now, and take advantage of and avail yourself of these deals that are just, frankly, too good to believe. And you can call 800-645-4965. That's 800-645-4965. You call them. Now watch how fast Mike Lindell answers that phone. That's mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. My friends, right now, it's you and me against the world. Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. I think Helen Reddy sang it best. And I don't fit in here. I just don't. I don't fit in. I am. Sometimes I'm so angry. I understand what my political. Not enemies, but my political opponents say. I understand this. I expect nothing less. But when people come along who supposedly are on my side and they waste my time with this balderdash, I go berserk. Berserk. Did I make myself clear? Good. It's that simple. And I want you to do yourself a favor and go on and tell everybody. Tell everybody. Remind them that as American citizens, you have to learn how to lump it. You have to keep your mind quiet. You have to do everything in your power to let people know right off the bat that you have to tolerate sometimes some of the most horrible stuff. Vile, disgusting to you, but that is the name of the game. I'm sorry. Period. All right. Do yourself a favor. Don't forget, preparewithlionel.com. Go and get yourself ready to go. Prepare for food supply shortages. I know people are thinking, that can't be. I'm telling you it can be. You know it's true. Act now while you can. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. And thank you so much. Thank you for your vigilance. Thank you for your excitement. Thank you for your verve, and I would love to see you January 14th here in New York City. I would love to. Love to. Let's do it. Let's spend time. And let's also meet other people. Wait till you see the other people who think exactly the way you do. There are more of us than you can imagine. All right, my friends, have a great and a glorious day. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. And until tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da-da.